Feeling lonelier as you age. Watching your social circle shrink hurts more than you let on. Old friends disappear. Visits stop. Calls grow fewer. And deep inside, it stings every day. It's not just about losing friends. It's losing the laughter, the memories, the feeling that someone gets you. Isolation creeps in quietly. And before you know it, the days feel longer. The nights feel heavier. Loneliness doesn't just break your heart. It steals your health, your sleep, your will to smile. Ignoring this only makes it worse. Shrinking circles can lead to depression, memory loss, and faster aging. You deserve better. But here's the truth. It's not about having more friends, it's about keeping the right ones. In this video, I'll show you 6 simple reasons why a smaller, stronger circle can protect your mind, your heart, and your happiness. Stay with me. Let's fix this together. Number 1, you have already done the work. At this stage in life, you have already laid the foundation. After 70, you are not starting over. You are standing on decades of experience, relationships, and hard work. You have built your legacy, and now it is finally time to enjoy it. Let me tell you about Frank. He is 74, lives in Ohio, and spent over 40 years as a high school teacher. He poured his heart into his students, supported his co-workers, raised a family, and showed up for just about everyone who needed him. Now that he is retired, things look a little different. His days are slower, quieter. He takes peaceful walks alone, tends to his garden, and loves working on puzzles. When asked about the change, he simply smiles and says, "I've had my share of big groups. Now I just want peace." And maybe that rings true for you, too. After so many years of being there for others, maybe the desire to always be surrounded by people has softened. Maybe the big parties or family gatherings feel a little more tiring than joyful. And that is okay. You are not withdrawing. You are choosing calm over noise, peace over pressure. That is not loneliness. It is freedom. You have spent a lifetime giving. You have made friends, supported family, and helped build communities. You do not have to keep chasing new connections just to feel relevant. The truth is, your presence has already mattered to so many, and it still does. But now you get to let the pace slow down. You get to rest in what you have already done. Here is something simple but powerful you can try. Start a legacy journal. Nothing fancy, just a notebook or folder where you jot down the people you have loved, the moments that shaped you, the things you are proud of. It could be helping a neighbor years ago, raising children, mentoring someone at work, or even just being there for a friend when they needed you. Write it down. You will be surprised how full your life really is. You do not need to prove anything, not to anyone. You have already done the hard part. This season of life, it is about enjoying what you have built, not rushing to build more. Let go of the pressure to be busy all the time or to show up for everyone. Now you get to show up for yourself. And in that quiet space, between the garden beds and the soft pages of your journal, there is peace. You have earned every bit of it. Number 2, peace becomes more valuable than popularity. There's a moment in life when we stop chasing crowds and start listening to ourselves. Quiet time used to feel like loneliness for Eleanor. She's 76 now, but just a few years ago, the silence of an empty room made her feel forgotten. She filled every corner of the day with noise, TV, calls, constant plans, anything to avoid being alone. But the anxiety kept creeping in. Then she made a small change. Every morning, just 10 minutes sitting still. No phone, no radio, just the sound of her own breath. In the afternoon, she unplugged again, tea in hand, windows open, no screens. She called it her quiet pocket. And little by little, the fear faded. "The quiet healed me," she told her granddaughter, smiling. "It reminded me who I am." And science backs her up. Researchers from the University of California found that spending regular time in solitude, especially after 65, helps sharpen focus and improves emotional balance. It's not about cutting people off. It's about reconnecting with yourself. You see, peace and stillness are not signs of emptiness. They're signs of strength. There's space for your thoughts to breathe, for your heart to settle. And the best part, you don't have to go anywhere or buy anything. It starts right at home. Try this. Set aside just 30 minutes a day. Make a silence space in your house. Turn off the TV, put the phone away, and just sit with yourself. Brew a cup of tea, play a soft old jazz record if that soothes you, or simply enjoy the natural sounds around you. It might feel odd at first, but give it time. Peace is patient, and it knows the way back to you. In a world that moves fast and rewards noise, choosing quiet is powerful. It reminds you that you don't need to be everywhere, do everything, or be liked by everyone. You just need to feel at home within yourself, so don't be afraid of the silence. Welcome it, because sometimes the quiet holds the answer you've been waiting for. Number 3, less drama, more harmony. Don is 72. For years, he looked forward to his weekly poker nights with a tight group of friends. At first, it was fun, laughs, stories, cards on the table. But over time, the joking turned into jabs. The disagreements got louder. Little things turned into full-blown arguments. And one night, driving home, Don realized he felt more tense after poker than before. So he did something simple but powerful. He stepped back. No big announcement, no drama, just a quiet decision to protect his peace. And surprisingly, he felt lighter, less on edge, like he had room to breathe again. As we get older, our emotional energy becomes more precious. We may not bounce back from conflict the way we used to, and that is okay. We do not need a crowd to feel connected. Fewer friends often means fewer expectations and fewer disappointments. It is not about cutting people off. It is about choosing harmony over noise. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is to notice who drains your energy and who fills you up, who makes you feel calm, heard, understood, and who leaves you feeling exhausted, frustrated, or anxious. You do not owe anyone your time just because you have history together. People change, and so do you. What once felt like a bond might now feel like a burden, and that is a sign to pause, to reassess. Here is something simple you can try. Ask yourself, who adds peace to my life, and who takes it away? Be honest, your answers may surprise you. You do not have to make a big speech or end things with hard feelings. Sometimes all it takes is spending a little less time, setting a quiet boundary, and protecting your space. If this resonates with you, hit subscribe for more uplifting advice on living better after 70. And share in the comments, have you let go of any friendships that felt more draining than joyful? Remember, getting older is not about shrinking your circle. It is about filling it with people who truly make you feel good. Peace matters more than popularity, and it is never too late to choose calm over chaos. Number 4, self-connection deepens with age. As we get older, something really beautiful can happen. We start to feel more at home with ourselves. And that relationship, the one we have with who we are inside, becomes the most meaningful one of all. Take Helen, for example. She is 79 now, but just a few years ago, at 75, she picked up watercolor painting for the first time. She told us, "I used to think I needed someone around to enjoy things." And then she laughed. "Now I take myself on little art dates." There's something so freeing in that, right? Choosing to enjoy your own company, to create joy for yourself without waiting on anyone else. And there is real science behind this. A long-term Harvard study on aging found that self-compassion, things like being kind to yourself, forgiving your own mistakes, and having introspective hobbies like journaling, gardening, or painting, actually boost life satisfaction in older adults. Not only that, but it also supports emotional well-being, reduces feelings of loneliness, and even lowers inflammation over time. So what does this look like in real life? It can be simple. Start with a solo ritual. Just one small thing you do every week, just for you. Maybe it is a slow walk at sunrise when the world is still quiet. Maybe it is browsing the farmer's market and picking out the freshest tomatoes. Maybe you bake your favorite banana bread or curl up and rewatch an old film you loved decades ago. It does not have to be fancy. The key is to make it yours. When you give yourself that kind of attention, something shifts inside. You begin to trust your own rhythm. You realize you are enough, not because you are busy or useful to someone else, but simply because you are here. This chapter of life is not about rushing. It is not about proving anything. It is about reconnecting with what brings you peace, what makes you smile quietly to yourself, what reminds you that you are still growing. even now. So go ahead, take yourself out, start a new hobby, or just sit under the sun and listen to the birds. You are allowed to be your own best company. And that kind of self-connection, it just gets deeper with time. Number 5, digital connection can fill the gap. You don't need to be in the same room or even the same city to feel close to someone. Take Ray, for example. He's 71 and lives out in New Mexico. His grandkids are scattered across different states, but every Sunday, like clockwork, he hops on a video call with them. Just a quick catch-up, lots of smiles, and a few goofy stories. Ray says, "I feel involved without needing to be everywhere." That really says it all. The truth is, emotional connection doesn't rely on physical distance. It's about consistency, attention, and care. And here's something comforting. Over 60% of Americans aged 70 and older are already using technology to stay in touch with their loved ones. That's from Pew Research. And the best part, it actually helps lift their mood. It might sound a bit intimidating if you're not used to smartphones or video calls, but you really only need one app to get started. Something simple like FaceTime, Zoom, or even WhatsApp. Choose the one that works best for you and your family, and don't overthink it. What matters is creating a rhythm. One weekly call, just one. Pick a day and a time that works for both of you. Even a 10-minute chat can be enough to feel emotionally connected, supported, and seen. You do not have to fill the hour or have something big to talk about. It is just about showing up, being there, and sharing a moment. You are not bothering anyone. In fact, most people feel more grounded and joyful after these check-ins, especially family members who live far away. They'll be grateful you reached out. So if you have been feeling a little isolated, just know the bridge is already there. All it takes is a small step across it. Digital connection is not a replacement for hugs and hand-holding, but it really can fill the gap in ways that are more powerful than we might expect. And remember, you do not need to master every feature on the screen. You only need one reason to call and one person who picks up. That is more than enough. Number 6, purpose can replace popularity. Let's be honest, popularity fades, but purpose sticks around. You do not need a big crowd or constant company to feel fulfilled. Sometimes it is the quiet, meaningful things that bring the most peace. Take Margie, for example. She is 73, and for a long time, she felt a bit invisible. Her phone rarely rang, the house was too quiet, and days just blended together. But now she volunteers at an animal shelter twice a week. She helps feed, clean, and comfort rescue animals. And she says, "I used to feel alone, now I feel needed again." That simple shift, just showing up and giving her time, changed everything. It is not about having tons of friends or being the life of the party. It is about waking up with something to look forward to. Having purpose gives your day shape. It makes you feel like you matter. And that feeling, that deep sense of meaning, is what really fills your heart. Even if your social circle is small, that does not mean your life is empty. You can still connect deeply with the world around you. You might light up just by planting flowers for the folks next door, mentoring someone younger, or writing down the stories you have lived through and sharing them on a blog. There is power in your experience. There is healing in being useful. So ask yourself, what lights you up inside? What makes you forget the time? That is your clue. Follow it. Try new things. Say yes to something small and see where it leads. Purpose is not loud or flashy. It is gentle. It fits into your life quietly and reminds you that you still have so much to give. Because at the end of the day, joy does not come from popularity. It comes from knowing you are making a difference, no matter how small. And that feeling, it lasts. You've done the work. You've walked through the highs and the lows, and here you are, wiser, stronger, and still growing. That alone is something to be proud of. You've learned that peace is more valuable than popularity. You do not need a crowd to feel whole. What matters most is feeling calm, steady, and content in your own space. Less drama means more joy. When you stop entertaining what drains you, life opens up. Simple moments feel richer. Laughter comes easier. You feel lighter. You've become your own best friend. You know how to be there for yourself in a way no one else can. That kind of self-trust and comfort is powerful. You've figured out how to use technology without letting it wear you out. You connect, share, and learn without letting it steal your energy. And you've realized that purpose will always mean more than popularity. Living with intention, doing what you love, and giving back in your own way, those are the things that make life feel full. After 70, it is not about having more stuff or more noise. It is about having what matters. Time, peace, meaning do not be afraid to let go of what no longer fits. Let go of the noise and welcome the calm. You do not have to wait for others to give you joy. It starts with you, it always has. If this video lifted your spirits, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more soul-nourishing tips just like this. And tell us in the comments, what is one thing you have learned to enjoy on your own?